Why would you make this?
Hello, everyone. Welcome and thank you for listening. This is Why Would You Make This? Season 3, The Asylum Years. The only podcast that makes the same mistake over and over again, but never understands where we're going wrong, which makes you ask the question, why would you make this? I am Jimmy Time. I'm joined by my co-host, Brother Skylar. How are you?
Oh, my joints are cracking just moving here. I didn't do anything. Why is this happening?
You've been sitting still in that chair since the last podcast.
Oh, my God.
And I finally activated you.
I just woke up. Where am I?
We are also joined by GA Delta Wagwan.
Wagwan.
All right, so during Season 3, we are taking you through the National Wrestling Alliance Total Nonstop Action weekly pay-per-view shows, now known as TNA The Asylum Years. This is episode 14, originally broadcasted on September 25th, 2002, live from Nashville, Tennessee at the Fairgrounds Coliseum, now known as the Indiana Farmers Coliseum. Allegedly, don't attack me on this, allegedly drawing 1,300 in live attendance.
It looked like there was more than usual, but
It was actually a pretty decent crowd.
maybe
I don't know.
400 people.
Yeah.
All right, so as per usual, episode 13 left us confused about the motives of the characters and the direction of the company. So let's try to explain why we are the way we are with our crazy past.
Wait a minute. What happened that got you so crazy?
First is the women's division, where Miss TNA Bruce has issued a standing open challenge for $5,000 to any woman who can beat him for the crown of Miss TNA. So far, 3 women have challenged and failed.
I was genuinely confused. I was like, women's division?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I know. All right, next is the tag division. Wildcat Chris Harris and Cowboy James Storm are your new NWA World Tag Team Champions.
Ooh.
Which brings us to, next, the Hot Shots. Clearly have a personal vendetta against Cowboy James Storm and Wildcat Chris Harris, but we do not know why.
Are you sure I'm supposed to care about this?
Well, I should point out that although James Storm does not have a cowboy gimmick, he is a cowboy, and that, both inside and out, is the real problem with this team. So, maybe it's just like an anti-cowboy thing. Like, maybe they're...
Just the simple story of a cowboy and a not cowboy learning to live together.
Not cowboy.
Oh, well, we can't use the other word anymore. So it's just cowboys and not cowboys. All right, next on the third pay-per-view show. Did you just realize what word I was talking about?
Clicked in my head.
Okay. On the third pay-per-view show, Buff Bagwell has gone home to rethink his career, and he has finally returned to ask for a second chance as Marcus Bagwell.
I don't think it went well.
No.
Oh, no, probably not. And then last in the tag division, during the first 7 weeks of TNA, Scott Hall was put on a stretcher 3 times by Jeff Jarrett. After a 6-week hiatus, Scott Hall has returned with 6-Pac, and their sights are now set on the tag team titles. Next, the X Division. After the first ever triple ladder match, Jerry Lynn is your new X Division champion. Which, of course, brings us to Glory Hog, Disrespectful Pervert, or Simple Disagreement. After 13 weeks, it is both clear and not clear what is going on between AJ Styles and Jerry Lynn.
You can't comment on it. There's too much in this episode about that.
Yeah.
They just gotta stop.
And then finally in the tag division, the Flying Elvises are falling apart, with Sonny Siaki going off on his own, but then rejoining the team when there was a tag title chance, then also walking away from the team afterwards. I don't know. It's very confusing.
Are those two the longest running storylines in the company so far?
Yeah.
The Elvis's storyline
The
and
Flying
then
Elvises and
Jerry Lynn and
AJ.
AJ?
The X Division, yes.
Yeah.
Besides Jeff Jarrett just going for the title.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not really sure.
Yeah, I mean, Jeff Jarrett's continuing feud with everybody else.
We're going to get there.
Maybe you can consider that one storyline. Like, it's still the same Jeff Jarrett.
All right, in the last division, the World Division, legally not the Road Dogg,
Who's that? I don't know who that is.
BG James, has come to TNA to exact revenge on Jeff Jarrett for almost ruining BG's early career and messing with his family. Next, with his hatred of NASCAR subdued, Ron the Truth Killings is still your NWA heavyweight champion. It is still unknown if he will continue to hang people who disagree with his preachings of conspiracy or rap. Next,
What about dancing, too? He breaks dance every once in a while.
that's true. Yeah. He doesn't do that either. I mean, he is beating up people who disagree with his preachings of conspiracy, but it's not really hanging them anymore. That was a real thing.
Thank
Yeah,
goodness.
no, that lasted for what, 2 weeks?
Yeah, I think that was more
A
akin-
spontaneous thing?
Yeah, I think maybe it was like the next guy getting in his ear, which was after dramatically changing his gimmick and name in order to distance himself from his father, Jerry Lawler. Brian Lawler is heavily focused on getting revenge on Jeff Jarrett for whatever it is Jarrett did to Brian and/or his girlfriend April, which might be nothing.
They never really said. He said he wasn't doing anything, but he was still kind of angry at him.
Yeah, nothing happened,
Never-
and if it
wasn't
did, it was
solved.
all April's fault. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not.
Nothing happened, and if it did, it was her fault, and she did it with a lot of other guys besides me first. Was pretty much the response.
No, that was, yeah. All right, and finally, Jeff Jarrett will not be screwed over again like he already has been by Jackie Fargo, Scott Hall, Brian Lawler, B.G. James, NWA President Jim Miller, country music singer Toby Keith twice, NWA Authority figure Ricky the Dragon Steamboat twice, NWA Authority figure Bullet Bob Armstrong 3 times,
Nice.
NWA Vice President Bill Barons 3 times, James Mitchell and the New Church, and the Tennessee Titans. And also, allegedly, he may have attempted to kill Jackie Fargo, Jim Miller, Todd Stone, Bullet Bob Armstrong, Bill Barons twice, Scott Hall twice, and the entire NWA TNA security team several times.
Well, it's alleged. You don't have to give the whole list. I mean,
Yeah.
he didn't really do that.
It's a long list, dude.
You know, for TNA pay-per-view 14, we're up to 17 screwing on Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah, he got screwed multiple times some
He's
episodes.
the baby face. You gotta feel bad for him.
I
It's
know.
a conspiracy against him.
Dude, I keep saying this, but like literally every storyline is the heel having a legitimate gripe and everybody else being like,
can't
nah. Nah, no, you don't. All right, so I just want to clarify because I haven't done this before, which is that last week we were promised that we would see Jeff Jarrett versus B.G. James, 6-Pac versus Brian Lawler, and the return of Low Key. And then we guessed that we would see Sonny Siaki versus Jerry Lynn, The Truth versus Scott Hall, the tag team champions would be in action in some way,
Yeah.
and then a wild card prediction of a Norman Smiley match.
Oh, did I guess that one?
Yeah, you got it.
Damn. I'm
So
upset.
maybe we'll see that, maybe we won't. And then finally, before we start the show, the dark matches, which are Hot Stuff Hernandez beat Aussie, and that's Super Mex.
Oh,
Sean
Hot
Hernandez.
Stuff?
Yeah, that's what he used to be called, Hot Stuff Hernandez.
Because he puts the hot stuff on him?
Maybe, yeah. And then the other dark match was Matt Striker, not the commentator, not the WWE wrestler. The Matt Striker, that one weird Matt Striker that had the AEW tryout.
yeah, that other match.
Yeah.
Oh.
He beat Todd Sexton.
Sexton.
All right, let's start the show. Do the music.
Dun, 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 wow.
All right, so the show opens. Cameras scan the crowd as TNA tries to run down the card, but we immediately go to the back, where Jerry Lynn is attacking Sonny Siaki, presumably as payback for Siaki costing Lynn the world title match last week.
I swear I thought it was Jerry Lynn and AJ again, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
I thought the same
This
exact thing.
again? I thought we were done. We had a whole video. They were like, all right, that's in the past, but it's not over yet. Nope, it's not over yet. It's not in the past. It's the present. It's the future. It's the whole company, apparently. But thank goodness, it was Sonny Siaki.
So security tries to break them apart, but Lynn and Siaki team up to fight security.
Yeah.
Head of security, Don Harris, successfully breaks them apart. We go back to the commentary table, where TNA finally runs down the card. AJ Styles versus Low Key in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the X Division #1 contendership, where the loser falls to the bottom of the rankings. Scott Hall and 6-Pac versus Brian Lawler and Elix Skipper. It's Not really. I guess we were kind of
Okay,
promised that match.
yeah.
I thought it was going to be a singles, but whatever. Chris Harris and James Storm versus Primetime Brian Lee and Ron Harris for the tag team titles.
So a rematch.
A rematch, yeah.
Yeah.
They don't really announce it that way, I feel like. They just go, and this match is happening.
Yeah.
And then next we have Jerry Lynn versus Ron Killings for the X title, because according to Ron, it's all about the X division, so he's here to eradicate the X division.
So the last week was the same exact match,
But for the world.
but for the world
Yes,
title.
yes.
Got it.
And now we're switching it up. No rematch, even though the last match ended funky.
Yeah.
We're getting a weird, like, semi-rematch. We're like, all right, but now it's for
But
your
now it's for
title.
your
Yeah.
title. See, I thought like, oh, Truth got the pin on the champ, so now he's automatically #1 contender. Is it that?
I guess that's the logic there.
That's what I thought it would be. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like it's title. Like, he's not in the X division like that. It didn't seem like to me. Yeah, whatever.
There's no limits to that.
That's true. That is true. And then the last match is Jeff Jarrett versus BG James. Segment length, 2 minutes and 37 seconds. My thoughts were, I don't know, maybe don't spend all this time having today tell you the card. Just give us the card. Like,
Yeah. Just set up the card somehow.
I mean, I know it's only 2 minutes and 30 seconds, but I mean, 30 seconds for each of those matches you just said. I don't know.
Don Harris tried to tie up with Jerry Lynn in that scuffle. I saw it. He's a bad security guard. He's trying to tie up with someone. He immediately went for the back of his neck, and he grabbed his other arm. And I was like, what's he doing with him?
This whole time, I've been getting my Rons and Dons confused. Just so you know.
Oh, I mean,
It doesn't really matter.
Don
doesn't
is the
really
security guy, right?
And the other one's the Nazi.
They're both Nazis.
Oh, God.
yeah, they both have the.
Yo, God
But one of
damn
them
it.
wore the shirt.
Oh, that's right.
That's the thing.
They're both Nazis.
Jesus Christ.
course
Alleged,
they are.
alleged.
Alleged Nazi.
Alleged. There's a lot of evidence, but alleged.
But he had the ZZ Top tattoo.
He did. It looks like Z's when I look at it.
Make him dance.
All right, we go to the next segment. Segment 1. The Amazing Red versus Sonny Siaki. Siaki enters holding his arm from the attack by Lynn. I'm just glad to see some selling in an X Division match.
Yeah.
The match starts with Red flying over the top ropes with a senton, followed by a Red star press off the apron to the floor.
That's it. It's his finisher.
Right?
over.
I don't think you could have started a match off with anything bigger. Like,
No.
Tenay points out that Siaki is not wearing his Flying Elvis attire. Siaki takes over the match with a clothesline, but misses a corner shoulder tackle and gets hit with a tilt-a-whirl reverse DDT. Red is tossed high into the air, out of the ring to the floor, and then outside into the steps, into the guardrail. We see Mortimer Plumtree near the entrance taking notes. So he's back in it, I guess.
He's back.
I don't remember. What was he originally doing? He shows up.
He was with the Johnsons.
Do you legit not remember that? The guys who dressed like penises? Yeah. He was their manager.
They
was
were
like-
not Peter.
That was like, how many pay-per-views ago?
I think they left like the third or fourth show.
Yeah, that was like the
Why? Why bring it back?
Because he's the only one who said yes. Like,
Yeah, well, yeah, okay.
All right, so Siaki hits a belly-to-belly, and that's the double down. After that, Siaki slows the match down even further with a bear hug, but then brings the crowd back with a super kick. Siaki has no idea how to set up for the code Red, but they work through it as Red hits some more moves and then misses what it looked like was going to be a top rope blockbuster. Like he just dove for something. Siaki hits the money clip, a rolling neck breaker, and that's the 3 as a sign in the crowd is blurred.
Oh, I don't know. Which
Yeah,
side.
you didn't get
Yeah,
any blurs.
the whole time.
Yeah. I never went back and looked at it, but I'm pretty sure it was the one that was like, reading this sign makes you gay.
That was one.
Yeah.
So clever.
Yeah, I know. Post-match, Jorge Estrada comes out to the stage to say he and Jimmy are tired of being duped by Sonny Siaki, and they want the Elvis suit back tonight, even if they have to take it. Match length, 7 minutes and 21 seconds. Post-match segment, 45 seconds. Full segment length, 10 minutes and 47 seconds. Thoughts?
Thought it went a little bit too long. Just
Yeah.
a little bit too long, that match.
Yeah, that's what I have here, too. It was a good match, but I got a little bored at the
It
end.
was really good. And Sonny Siaki is so good, and I don't know what he's missing because for the life of me, he's so boring.
What?
Yeah.
To me, it's because he looks bored while he's working.
Yeah, he didn't look all there today.
In the ring, he's like, I'm here. This is easy.
Yeah,
I don't have to think about it. I'm not going to put any thought into
he
it.
completely buried Estrada's promo.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't react. He didn't look. He just walked out after it. And I was like, wow. He didn't...
Especially because he looks good. He looks athletic.
Oh, yeah.
But his moveset is kind of limited. Like, it's just a lot of clotheslines and kicks. And then the I forget which one it is, but I think the Code Red, a stalling, like, pump sunset flip.
Yeah.
He didn't know how to take that. He struggled with it. That was one of the things where I was like, Siaki, bro, you look like $1 million, but
He's green.
Your value is like $1. Like, all right, segment 2. TNA claims something is happening in the back. Let's go
Again.
there now.
Oh,
He has
my
such
God.
horrible lead-ins.
And I love it because something's happening. Let's go. When we go to the back, and Amazing Red is just casually walking by.
Well, he was like, something's happening in the back. Wait, is something happening in the back? Let's see. Like, he
Are you
realized,
psychic today? What is this?
keep it cool, Superman. Keep it cool.
Not that a normal man would be able to tell the future at any time. I don't think they suspected.
Nobody suspects that I'm really time today.
So Amazing Red is casually walking by, and he's attacked by the Truth. The Truth screams, I know what y'all doing round here. You gonna do it to me. Where I'm from, I get it before they get me. Well, I get them before they get me. Segment length, 20 seconds. My only thoughts are, while the Truth does seem unhinged, he has also seemed that way in the past and was right. So maybe he's right about this.
Yep.
Maybe the X Division. I mean, to be fair, at the end of the X Division match, or the world title match, the last show,
Right.
the X Division surrounded the ring and, like, formed their own impromptu gauntlet match.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Segment 3, Cowboy James Storm and Wildcat Chris Harris versus Primetime Brian Lee and Ron Harris in a table match for the NWA World Tag Team Championship.
Table match now.
Yeah, they announced it as table match, yeah. We get a recap where they recap Storm and Harris winning the Tag Team Gauntlet Battle Royal, specifically Chris Harris rolling up Lee while Ron Harris had Storm on a table. The video package they play culminates with the Not AMW's music, like as the video ends, and then when it's like their music starts, yeah, and they like fade in.
Yeah.
Probably the best piece of production work that TNA has and will ever do. Like, it was really surprising. I watched it like 4 times. Like, let me go back. That was good.
Keith Mitchell's great. He was just surrounded by idiots.
This might be the only time we actually see, like, a really good production package
was good,
assembled.
I loved everything about it, to be honest with you. Like, even the whole, like, the way they presented the package itself, I was like, this is good. Like, black and white.
And the package ends, you're like, wait a minute, we're just doing the same match from last week, God damn it.
This is so great. All right, so the match starts with the heels attacking at the bell to get the upper hand. Chris Harris reverses and sends everyone to the outside, including himself. The ref has no authority.
Surprise.
As after the teams get back to the apron, Brian Lee just enters the ring for a double team, no distraction.
Well, it's a tables match. Like, does the ref really need to be... There's a kayfabe question for you. Does the ref
Yeah.
really need to be there in a table match?
Well, yes, to determine if someone went through a table or not.
Does he need to be in the ring?
Probably.
What is he doing? He's just getting in the way.
You know, it's really confusing to me as a whole, just because of what the ref does the whole time. So.
Referee isn't in the ring for a Royal Rumble. Why not just stay on the outside for a table
you
match?
can see if a guy goes through a table from the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
No reason.
there's a big question as to why refs are in TNA in general, based on what else happens on these shows.
Yeah. Right after this, we get a tag, and Ron Harris, the illegal man at this point, walks away from the apron to get a table, and then enters the ring and just sets it up in the corner, and the ref's like, yeah, you spend several seconds, like a good 15 seconds, setting up this table in the corner as the illegal man. I won't even acknowledge. I won't stop. I won't do nothing. It's off.
They get DQ'd at the table match.
Well, the weird thing is, I think this is more like match production than wrestling kayfabe, but the ref, like, Storm goes to get in the ring to stop it, and the ref, like, puts his hand behind him and motions like, no, not yet. And then Storm goes back out of the ring and waits for the table to be fully set up, and then the double team starts, and then he gets in the ring to break it out, and I was just like, yo. Like, as long as I have been involved in wrestling, I know that the ref sometimes just told spots to help the wrestler to the match, but yo, in TNA, I have consistently seen the ref calling spots, telling wrestlers, not yet, back down.
Yo, asshole.
Sell more. Like,
Sit down and sell. This motherfucker's got to do the spot at the top first.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Why is he so mean to them?
Okay, because I could be doing this, but I gotta be a ref because I'm short.
I fucking understand the business better than you, piece of trash.
But you look good, so you get the spotlight. Ugh. All right, none of any of that matters. None of any of that matters because Storm is immediately tossed out of the ring, and then the heels proceed to try to not put Chris Harris through a table.
And then, like, TNA and West bury them for it.
Because it's so dumb.
Don't agree with this. Nope.
Storm gets the hot tag, and the faces start the double team. Brian Lee teases putting Chris Harris through a table on the outside, but ultimately, Storm pushes Lee off the apron, through the table. Chris Harris and James Storm retain. Post-match, Ron Harris attacks the faces with the belts and puts James Storm through a table. Security tries to stop him, but they get beat up. Head of security, Don Harris, enters and pushes his brother around, which gets Ron to stop. Tenay ends the segment by saying, Don Harris stops his own brother, Ron Harris. Isn't that amazing? No, just flat out, no, it's not. Flat out,
And
no.
would you believe they're not related to the other Harris, also in this ring? And there's no relation between primetime Brian Lee and primetime Elix Skipper. It's crazy.
And that concludes my investigation of nepotism of TNA. So now we can just leave it. All right, recap length was 1 minute and 4 seconds. Match length was 6 minutes and 40 seconds. Post-match segment, the beatdown, and match was 1 minute and 35 seconds. Full segment length, 11 minutes, 27 seconds. My thoughts here are, even for big guys, I don't think Lee and Harris are very good wrestlers, let alone good tag team wrestlers. They have no chemistry as a team. Their tag team move is a straight-up joke to me. The gentle good night, that double choke slam they do.
That's not the name of the move.
Yeah, but they haven't given us one, and that's what I call it. They gently put him on the mat. It's a gentle good night. Just scrap him. I personally don't understand. Like, I guess they must, because of this segment, they must be slowly working towards a Harris Brothers thing, but
Yeah.
I don't get why you would take the twin brothers, who since 1993 have been a tag team, and then make them not be a tag team with each other.
Yeah.
They still tag with other people they've never worked with before. It's just, yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, I think I see what you're going for, but it's dumb. It's straight dumb.
I hate that both Harris and Lee, they're both big guys, but they both sell like they're the big show. Like, where every shot they take is just like, ooh. Scott Hall does the same shit, where it's like, dude, you're like 6 foot, 6'4", 6'8", somewhere around there. I don't know, but you're not like the world's largest man. Like, fucking sell a punch. Come on, sell a drop kick. Sell some of the shit you take. Cause I hate the big guys who just like sell by casually walking around the ring holding their jaw. Dude, it's
The Kali cell.
Scott Hall, the what? Sorry.
The Kali cell. The great Kali.
Yeah. I was going to say, I know Scott Hall is built at like 6'8", which is a taller.
Yeah.
But a lot of the people who sell that way are like 6'6" with lifts.
yeah.
And it's like, guy, like, no.
Nope.
You're playing a good, like, giant clown, by all means. Like,
Yeah.
you are a perfect giant, but as a giant wrestler, you're not. You're killing yourself in the ring right now.
I did like the finish of this tag match, though.
Did you?
I thought it was okay.
I thought it was lame.
Well, I mean,
It just kind of happened. I like that. What was his name? Wildcat Chris Harris. He got tossed up into the air and he just let him go. and he was just like floating on the top rope and just pure athleticism brought himself over. That was pretty cool. But it just kind of happened all of a sudden, the finish. They didn't work the table at all into the match.
Well, yeah.
So it just kind of came out of nowhere. So that's why I didn't like the finish. It was like the first spot with it. They used it and did it. That was it. I was like, all right. It just seemed like he could have pinned him. He didn't really need the table.
Yeah. The whole match was a table match, and I felt like they didn't really try to use the table.
My favorite spot, though, was Brian Lee when he lost his mind and went up to the top rope and he started dancing. Woo! And he just jumped, and I don't know what he was going for, but he missed.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Like, what is this team? You got... Well, you know what? I forgot. Because if you remember the last time we heard the promo, he wasn't sleeping very well. So this is sleep deprivation Brian Lee.
Oh.
He's just acting like a wacky guy. I go into random fits of craziness. And they're not all violent. Sometimes I just...
I call this knee drop the ghost of Hitler. Woo! He's a Nazi.
Oh, because he's hanging out with Nazis.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
He's
that's
not
right.
the other one. Look, if you hang out with
Allegedly.
Nazis,
Well,
people
yeah.
are going to think you're Nazis.
Who just hangs out with Nazis?
He's an all right guy about me.
Okay.
I mean, look, we all have our disagreements, but
Right.
let's just leave politics on the other side of the door,
I was
right?
going to say, let's not make this political. Those American traitors and all that. It's, All right, segment 4. Earlier today, Bruce cuts someone off to pull into a parking spot, and Goldilocks asks him about last week.
Oh, was that what happened? I couldn't see because Goldilocks' umbrella was so gigantic. I watched it twice and missed it both times.
Yeah. But instead of answering the question, Sarah, the old ticket lady, pushes and yells at Bruce for taking her spot, or at least the one that she was going to take. She threatens to shove an umbrella up Bruce's ass, and he threatens to knock her false teeth out. Security break the two apart. Segment length, 47 seconds. My only thoughts are, how does this whole Miss TNA thing have less and less of a point each week? Like, I thought it had a point, but that's what keep going on. I'm like, I don't know where you're going with this at all.
Why did it have a women's division? This is it? Bruce and an old woman? You have no wrestlers, no workers, nothing?
I mean, pretty much every other match except for the Tough Enough Paulina.
Right.
Every other one has been like, hey, seed from the crowd, come on. So there hasn't been.
Every week they're chanting for
Athena.
the ring girl.
Yeah. Right.
Jeez.
And then I guess they can't afford to buy, like, Jasmine St. Clair or Francine or any of them again.
Yeah, they had so many women on the first show.
They had women.
Oh my god.
I love just the kayfabe idea of how TNA behind the scenes work. It's like, hey, we just got word that Bruce is going to be pulling up to the building. Get a backstage team out there, which is, of course, a cameraman, Goldie, and then security. Because if someone's pulling up, there's about to be a fight.
Yeah.
Every time. It doesn't matter who it is.
Sarah the ticket lady wasn't even a wrestler.
Yeah.
Everyone just wants to fight everyone there.
And here's security to break it up.
Nobody's getting paid. Everyone's pissed.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's on real edge. Lack of sleep, no pay.
Yo, if someone could just ask security to, think for a second, how come you guys aren't getting paid either? And they might wake up and join. Oh, wait, no politics.
God, come
We
on,
can't
guy.
talk politics.
All right, segment 5. The truth says, growing up, stinky rats were everywhere.
This promo.
The truth is in the ring, by the way. Does he make an entrance? I forget.
Yeah, he does. He dances all the way
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, he does. He makes an entrance, gets in the ring, and he says stinky rats were everywhere growing up. In the food, in the bathtub, in the bed. But you can't imagine that because you grew up in a good neighborhood with a green lawn. You, this is what he calls them, you Trashville, Nashville rejects.
Got him.
Prejudice is alive and real in TNA. Ricky Steamboat gave the Truth a title match, and he suddenly disappeared.
Oh, my God.
The Truth is the world champion, and he doesn't have merch or his own dressing room.
Fair point.
Shamrock got his own dressing room. Tonight, he's wrestling the ex-champion with ex-wrestlers surrounding the ring. Why? Why not his homies? BG James enters to say, remember where you came from and who brought you there. Hey, wait, hang on a second. Isn't the whole reason BG James is here to fight the guy that got him into wrestling, Jeff Jarrett? The truth says, The way I see it, the ship was sinking, and BG found the suntan Superman, the truth, to save the day. Yo, heavy.
Yep.
What chance interrupt this promo?
Sorry.
Oh, that's why I don't remember this promo.
Yeah. It was
the
I blocked
error.
it out because of those stupid chants.
I blocked it out too because when I went over my notes, I was shocked at the note I had written here, which was, I hope all these people suffer from mesothelioma.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Apparently that's how much I hated them. The truth says, on the first night, he tried to say what's up, but BG brushed the truth aside like it didn't matter.
What?
But this isn't the past, it's the asylum, and BG is his bitch.
Tanae's reaction to that popped me so hard. I forgot he's... Oh!
BG says he's going to give the truth some posse, give him the crotch chop, and then attacks him. After the fight, BG stumbles through a movie reference about being able to handle the truth, and then the segment ends.
Oh, so bad.
I ain't Demi Moore, and I ain't Tom Cruise, and I ain't Jack Nicholson, but
Takes out crumpled paper from the pocket. This is good. Hold on.
I'm not Danny DeVito. Oh, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm not Sarah McLachlan, and I'm not...
I'm not in a box. I'm not with a fox.
Yeah, segment like 10 minutes and 19 seconds. And I already said this before, but this is the promo that shows us all what I've already been saying, which is I'm getting real tired of every storyline being the heels legitimately complaining about conspiracy or discrimination, followed by the faces saying what sincerely amounts to, oh yeah? Well, suck my dick, you homo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo. Like, I don't want to get political, but do you think wrestling, like, influences this sort of ideology? Or is it just, like...
Don't get political.
Yo.
Or do you think this is just the way people are?
Bernie Sanders is out there lying to people,
Yo.
saying that the poor,
You're losing people on both sides right now.
the poor economic situation of their lives is what made them into hardcore consider. No, it was pro wrestling. Yo, is it a coincidence that Donald Trump showed up on WWE and later became president?
Just saying.
I'm just saying.
Jesse Ventura.
Jesse Ventura.
He was a mayor.
Never ran for office in his life.
Governor.
I've seen Schwarzenegger hold a world title before.
Right? And then he did a thing before or after that, so...
During, maybe? I don't know.
Could it be?
Yeah.
Right? Remember that episode of the pay-per-view where Bill Clinton was on it? Oh, I think it might have been a character playing Bill Clinton. But he was there.
I think that was the guy from Conan O'Brien. It was just his mouth.
Oh my god. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Segment 6, Goldilocks is with Brian Lawler, and she asks him something, but it's really hard to hear it over Jeremy Borash telling the crowd what they're going to see later tonight.
Yeah.
You're going to see
Drowned out everything.
Six-Pack. Yeah! And Scott Hall. Yeah! So Goldie mentions that Brian seems preoccupied with his girlfriend instead of focusing on his tag match later tonight. Brian says what happened between them is no one's business and there is no issue, but respect will be shown. April, the girlfriend, says she did what she had to find comfort. And Brian has been abusing her since day one. Brian stops her and says, this is a private conversation, grabs the mic, tells Goldie to leave, and then starts complaining into the mic at April.
Oh, boy.
Segment length, 1 minute.
So they realized that it kind of made him sympathetic when they were like, nah, she's just sleeping around. She's screwing you. So they're trying to switch it now to be like, no, because he beats her. So Brian's the bad guy.
Yeah.
Yo,
They tried to switch it real quick.
I can't even comprehend this man's gimmick.
I know.
It's so bad because he still acts just like a buffoon that's like trying to do that thing where a cartoon holds his breath and inflates himself and floats away. He's always trying to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. He's always
Yeah.
And now he's beating young women in an attempt to distance himself from his father.
Yo, I feel like, we were just trying to distance himself from his dad, and now he's beating women.
Yo, I never know what the storyline is. I just report it. That's all I can do is
And
tell
he's
you what
still wearing
happened.
the same attire. He's still dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah, every week he's like, "I'm done with this. It's over." And then next week he's like, doing the running
dogging.
man. Yo. All right, segment 7. AJ Styles versus Low Ki in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the number 1 contendership for the X division, and the loser moves down to the bottom of the rankings. Yo, the match starts off with headlocks. And this is because we're doing a lot of like close chaining mat work. This is
Yeah.
when I notice, yo, I will not for a nanosecond be surprised when this company starts losing wrestlers due to staph infections, because holy shit is the ring mat dirty. It is
Oh, yeah?
disgusting.
Oh,
boy.
I know, not even for a second when they're like, yeah, oh, AJ Styles is out for a couple of weeks, he's got a staph infection. I'm like, yeah, duh, of course. I'm surprised it didn't happen last week.
Gross.
It's awful. It's disgusting. They need to just buy a new. There's no washing it at this point. It's buy a new one.
Yeah, I got like 360p. I can't tell.
Dude,
Not all
it's
the best quality.
like, I mean, it's been what, a month and a half since we've seen James Mitchell. There are still bloodstains on the from like his. Yeah,
boy.
that's what I mean. Like it is bad. It's bad.
Ooh.
So the match starts off and it's super slow with basic back and forth moves. You got like your elbow drops and your clotheslines, your Manhattan drops. This goes on for the first 6 minutes. Just basic wrestling. And that's when Low Ki hits the Dragon Sleeper, and that's the first fall.
And right here, I was like, all right, that was a nice, like, simple, solid match. Cool. Oh, there's still 2 more.
There's still 2 more falls, yeah.
Allegedly.
Well, it's a 2 out of 3 falls match. And due to the rules of pro wrestling, no man shall ever win both falls without having a fall first placed upon him.
We'll always go to the third fall.
Yes. I mean, look, if you want to use modern.
You got to update the modern. Do a new thing. Do a 2
Emphasis.
out of 3 falls match where the heel wins the first fall, and then the second fall, the face gets injured and the match stops.
Yo, I would love to just see.
Just nothing.
Yeah, I would love to just see the first fall and
Be
then.
the only fall, and the match has to stop.
Yep.
Yeah.
The match has to stop for whatever
Like, what the
reason.
fuck? Just because it's new. It'll suck, but it'll be new.
I did not like how Low Ki made AJ tap out, and then immediately AJ has the upper hand now.
Yes.
For the
Yeah.
majority of the
Yeah.
second part of the match now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally immediately. Like,
just
AJ gets up
flipped.
first. AJ gets up first. Yeah.
From being in excruciating pain and tapping out from having his wrench neck backwards.
No, it was like a strategical tap out. He wanted to get it out early so that. That's, I don't
But then
buy
Low Ki
that.
was dead after that. Like, it made no sense.
It took everything out of him.
Yeah. Yeah. It's still kind of back and forth here, but like you said, AJ has pretty much all the control. They fight into the corner, and Low Ki reverses AJ's powerbomb with a Hurricane Rana that AJ reverses into a roll-through pin. That's the second fall, 1-1. Oh my god, yo, 12 minutes into this match, and AJ remembers that Low Ki has one offensive move. And he starts attacking Low Ki's legs.
Boom.
Duh.
Get those kicks out of there.
Oh, any match with Low Ki should be, I'm going to kick the guy in his legs until they don't work anymore. Because then he can't attack me, or stand, or, like, it is the one offensive thing that should be happening. The match slows down even more as it nears the end. The crowd does not react to a low blow, nor to AJ using the ropes for a pin. But it doesn't matter because it's only a 2. Although, it's followed immediately by a Styles Clash for the finish.
That
So
was an obvious botch.
maybe
Yeah.
they
That was
botched it
supposed to be
hard.
the finish.
Yeah.
You could
Yeah.
see the way he looked at Scott Armstrong, the awkward rollout that happened. That I think his shoulders were supposed to stay down.
Yeah.
But I don't know why.
It's like he fell out of it almost. Yeah. All right. First fall was 6 minutes and 37 seconds. The second fall was 4 minutes and 21 seconds. And then the third fall was 3 minutes and 49 seconds, making the full match length 14 minutes and 47 seconds. And the full segment was 16 minutes and 36 seconds. But yeah, they botched that finish. If you look, I think you can actually kind of see AJ kind of like slightly shrug his shoulder and hand as if to be like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened there either.
Yeah, it was like a little shucks. Like, oh well.
Well,
Yeah, I saw it immediately when they rolled out. He stood up and he looked at Scott Armstrong and he was like, "You son of a bitch!" And he picked up. He was like, "Just Styles Clash," and they just did it.
Whatever.
What was Scott supposed to do? Count faster? Be like, no, I fucked up. That wasn't 3. Like,
Yeah,
Loki
it was weird.
fell.
Roll.
He fell out of that pin.
Yeah, it was very
There was
weird.
no way to not be like, no, that pin got broken up, kid. I'm sorry. All right, segment 8.
Yo, real quick.
Oh, no.
There was no reason for that to have been a 2 out of 3 falls match.
Oh.
Like I know we briefly touched on it, but like this is like such a problem with TNA. Just make it. Even though we've seen the match, I feel like a dozen times already. AJ versus Low Ki. Make it a singles match. There's no reason it's a 2 out of 3 falls match.
Yeah.
And I feel like you eliminate half the problems. The guys aren't, gassed or lost by the end of it. You don't have the issues with the psychology of AJ tapping out and then immediately being fine.
Right.
It's a double stipulation too, because the loser goes to the bottom of the rankings.
Yeah.
And it's 2 out of 3 falls.
And it's 2 out of 3 falls.
And we just had a table match earlier.
Yeah, man.
Like, they're just using these to just pepper onto the card. None of them actually make sense to the storylines or the wrestling or anything.
Now my mouth is just hot.
Yo! I didn't know that if you put too much pepper on something, it made it spicy.
Yeah.
I accidentally dumped way too much pepper on my steamed broccoli, and I was like, this is the spiciest broccoli I've ever had. I didn't realize.
What did you think pepper did? Like,
I don't know, it's just a little extra.
it's just
pepper.
What?
It's
It's just like you got your meal, and then you put a little Italian man on there, and you just like bippity boopy. That's what pepper is.
You just added a little flavor, a little
Just a
pepper
little
flavor.
guy going, "Eh,
I just want everyone to know he was giving us very strong Italian hands.
Yeah,
saying,
yeah.
That's what it is.
That's-
Just a little,
that's what-
a little bit of spice, just a little bit of the old, the old chef's kiss there."
Yeah, that's all. But if you put too much, oh my god, that chef slaps you right in the tongue.
I can't tell you how often, I'll say in a week, I'll see somebody on Twitter, which I know is not a great place to go, but
Yeah.
I'll see somebody on Twitter be like, man, what is wrong with America? Well, there's your answer. 35-year-old white men didn't know that pepper was spicy. There's your problem right there.
Whoops.
I knew it was a spice.
Woo, yo.
I didn't know necessarily spice equated spicy.
He didn't know what the SS was. He didn't know what pepper was.
Yo, we're fucked.
He's getting on my
Yo, we are fucked. I know I keep saying we shouldn't get political, but we're fucked. Like, oh, man.
Yo, I've been putting pepper on my meals my whole life and never once was like, ooh, this is hot now, until I dumped 6 pounds of pepper in my broccoli.
Can't
Oh,
believe
you know
it.
what I just remembered the other day too is I actually took a class in college on the Holocaust.
Oh,
And
no.
I still don't remember learning that.
Yo, I said I passed it. I didn't say I retained it.
Uh,
All right, okay. Yo, segment 8. Goldie is with Jeff Jarrett, and things haven't gone Jeff's way recently, and his train to the world title might have been derailed. Jarrett says, stop smoking hemp. Nothing has been derailed. It's all going to be taken care of tonight. Segment length, 1 minute and 6 seconds. Thoughts?
Smoking that hemp.
yeah.
Yeah.
I want to smoke that hemp with Goldie.
It's not how it works. Damn it. As a marijuana enthusiast, I want you to know that hemp is an industrial byproduct of marijuana, and you cannot gain high from it.
You're smoking those jazz cigarettes.
It's like telling somebody, like, oh, yeah, you like apple pies? Yeah, keep chewing on that apple wood. You don't even use it in the recipe, dude. Like, it's just, you're so far off. Segment 9, Elix Skipper and Brian Lawler with April versus Scott Hall and Six Pac. Elix Skipper enters to what I am very certain is Cheeks' old music, but without the lyrics.
Primetime, Elix Skipper.
Yes, primetime Elix Skipper.
They're finally on the same card. There's 2 of them. They announced both of them as prime time.
Yes.
Couldn't believe it.
Today mentions the story here, which is that Brian distracted Six Pac during the Tag Team Battle Royal, which led to Six Pac's elimination, and I guess this match.
Okay, but why is Elix Skipper here?
Yo, I don't understand.
Because someone's got a bump.
Apparently.
So the match starts with Six Pac and Elix Skipper exchanging comedy spots. And also they're famous. There's a spin kick by Six Pac and the Matrix move by Skipper. Both men tag out, and then Hall and Brian Lawler circle until Brian Lawler notices that his girlfriend is standing inches off of the spot that he told her to stand on, so he has to go outside and scream at her and put her back on spot. This happens twice. I don't even think that Brian and Hall ever touch each other.
No.
Yeah, it was very uncomfortable, but he learned a way not to bump it in a match.
Yeah, I guess. Skipper tags himself in, and the match basically starts back over again, but with Hall this time. Hall hits a choke slam like it is a casual clothesline.
Dude.
The ref keeps getting distracted for the double teams by the heels. Elix crowns Hall and then knocks Six off the apron. And outside of the finishers, that's probably the most exciting spot in the match.
Yeah.
Hall reverses Skipper with a back suplex for a double down. Brian's girlfriend starts crying, so Don West goes to check on her, which distracts Brian Lawler from the hot tag.
Oh, is that what happened? I didn't see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's what missed it there. Six hits his House of Fire, and Hall gets some stuff in too, and then Pac misses the Bronco Buster, but reverses Skipper into the X Factor for the win.
Yeah,
the
off
winners.
the top, right? Skipper off the top.
That was such a dumb finish. Yeah, he just dove at him, and
Here I come.
X-Pac just sat down.
I'm gonna headbutt you.
Post-match, Brian looks shocked over the loss, but then Jeff Jarrett comes down to give the stroke to Six Pac and Scott Hall. Brian Lawler and Elix Skipper join in as Jeff Jarrett single punches security until head of security Don West enters. And the
Yo,
faces-
he
oh,
was a
yes.
house of fire all of a sudden. Jeff Jarrett came out, Gary. He was all of a sudden. I was like,
Absolute
what's going
control.
on here? Is this the heel like running beatdown?
I
Like-
can never tell. I can never tell.
That's not always my question. What's going on here? After every segment, after every match,
Yeah.
people come out. What's going on here?
So, match length, 9 minutes and 13 seconds. Post-match segment, 1 minute and 7 seconds. Full segment length, 12 minutes, 12 seconds. My only thoughts for this whole thing was, what was it, last week, 2 weeks ago? We had a tag team gauntlet battle royal. Why didn't Brian Lawler use his tag team from that, the Disco Inferno? Why did he get a
don't
new
bring
tag
that
team?
up.
I'm
Don't.
he had a tag partner. Why did he choose a new tag partner that I
Because
can
the
never
other
tell?
tag partner clearly didn't work.
Yeah.
They never actually had a tag match, though. They were never even in the ring at the same time.
He had one conversation with him. That's all he needed to know.
Yeah, I hate everything Lawler does here.
Oh, just here?
My thought was, I hope Brian Lawler bought Skipper dinner after this because he did all the work for him.
Yeah.
All the work for
He
him.
did all the work for everyone.
Yeah.
He did. He did sell that punch from Scott Hall, which was amazing.
Oh, where he
Flew out of the ring. Oh, that got me. And of course, Tenay saying that when he gave him the stroke, he said, "Oh no, he's gonna stroke him."
Well, yeah.
He needs to change the name of that move.
Oh, no, that's the whole point of
No.
it. You know, slap nuts and all that.
Oh wait, so this is the beatdown, right? But wait, is this? Did security come out during this?
Yeah.
What?
And security and Ron Harris.
All right, this is the worst security team. Is he a good head of security if everyone
No.
else is incompetent and he has to do everything?
No, that means he's the worst.
Yeah, how is he still employed?
Yeah, no, it's very questionable. Although the answer is nepotism.
I mean, from the looks of it, all the other security guys just keep dying before they can ever get promoted anything beyond new security
Oh,
guy.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
He knows when to walk away.
he's just large enough that he's not, everyone goes, oh, all right, you then.
Well, I'm already tired from beating up these little guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't got enough strength for you.
Yeah, notice how he always shows up after like 6 normal-sized men have already been knocked unconscious?
What is that? That's like the Brannigan approach? Sending wave after
wave
wave.
after wave.
Until the enemy's too tired to fight, and then you go in and conquer them. Okay, segment 10. Goldilocks is with AJ Styles. AJ is humping and grinding his front and back on Goldie as she tries to conduct an interview with him.
So he's the disrespectful pervert.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. AJ is in full pervert mode. He says that he is the best, and he envisions winning a ladder match. So AJ suggests a ladder match next week for the X title,
Another ladder match?
and slaps Goldie on the ass as he leaves.
Yo.
Goldie sighs.
Poor Goldie.
It's a living.
Oh
He
my
was
god.
dry humping her.
Yo, aggressive.
Yeah.
Like, she couldn't stand in one spot because he was knocking into her so
I
hard.
hope
Yeah.
he talked to her before that. My goodness, that was a little
Doubt it.
uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Doubt it.
yeah, it's really like 50-50 in wrestling where it's
At
like...
this point,
yeah.
AJ was dropping the F-bomb, spoiler alert, so who knows what he was doing.
Was he?
Well, we'll get there.
Oh, right. So segment length, 1 minute and 38 seconds. Of course, the only thoughts that anyone can have is, who's the disrespectful pervert now?
Yeah! And another ladder match.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm watching the same show every week.
Imagine to like that kind of company, like, I want to have a table match. Okay, fine, whatever. Your opponent has no say in the stipulations of their own match.
And it's AJ Styles versus Jerry Lynn again.
Yeah.
What? The first #1 contendership you have is with AJ again?
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
I mean, what do they have? 5 guys? I mean, Jimmy Yang isn't really there. I mean, he's there. They talk about him, but he's not showing up. So,
Yeah.
like, he's not really in the play.
He's getting stoned. He's smoking that hemp with Goldie.
All right. Segment 11. Kid Cash.
Oh, no, this is not. This is the hidden segment.
Yes, okay, I was confused for a moment. Breaking news.
Breaking news, the secret segment.
It's the Bruce segment. That did go somewhere.
Okay, so that did pay off.
All right, so.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, no.
It just went somewhere. It doesn't pay off. It just goes somewhere.
This promo. oof.
Yo, segment 11. Enter Bruce.
Yeah.
Push.
That guy came. So, all right. This
Go
is
ahead,
what
Pascal.
happens.
Yeah,
I'll try. I'll try.
Because let me clarify this. This segment was deleted from the streaming versions for mine and Delta's version. Deleted, not there. Didn't happen. So, Brother Scholar, please go ahead, summarize it.
All right, so Bruce comes out. He thanks the crowd. He admits he may be feeling a little irritable, but he assures Tenay it's not PMS. He continues on about women's rights and how women are equal and how he almost bought into that crap.
Oh.
And then at this point, he has to stop because there is a very loud chant.
Yes.
The entire crowd just calling him the F slur.
Rhymes with Bob Saget.
And Tenay chimes in with, he's got a real gender ID issue, doesn't he? And it's just this little kid in the front row waving his arms to the beat of everyone dropping the F-bomb. And I'm just
Wow.
like, where are they?
Oh, right. Wrestling makes people Nazis.
Aw.
I get it. We just delete the evidence.
You gonna tell me that kid's naturally that way? No, I think the wrestling influenced him, not his parents or upbringing or society.
I'm just asking, was he ever at a rally where that was chanted before that night?
Well, I mean, can you really call his grandpa's birthday a rally?
I'm here week after week defending my sash, defending my crown, defending the Miss TNA title, the most coveted title in all of pro wrestling. But yet none of you fat, disgusting pigs, none of you broads can stand in the same ring as me, Miss TNA. He goes on about with Oprah and her fat ass saying she's every woman, but he's the only woman he sees.
Yeah.
He goes on and makes fun of Tenay again.
Yeah,
I don't know why he keeps poking fun at Tenay's wife the entire time.
I will. Today, this is one of the points where Tenay's performing good acting, if it is acting, where he's like, why does he keep bringing me up? Like, what am I doing? Like,
He makes one joke that I don't quite understand.
yeah.
The only thing you women are good at are spreading a mop all day
Yeah.
and spreading ego all night.
No, eagle.
Eagle.
Oh, okay. I still don't get it.
That's when you spread your legs out. It's called spreading. You know, like
Spread
when eagle spreads its wings, like on the back of a quarter.
Oh.
It's like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if that. I don't know if that visual is what you're supposed to enshrine when you think of that.
I don't make fun of women a lot. I
Eagle?
didn't get that.
Because Because every time she goes, scraw! Over into her legs.
I know mine does.
Well, he says that, and he goes, yeah, that includes your wife, Tanae. And then the best close-up shot of Tanae I have ever seen, where the camera runs up to him, and he's just like the weirdest fucking look that I always want for Tanae now.
Okay. All right, yes.
And then
yeah.
that's when Sarah the ticket lady comes out, but the camera hard cuts to it, and she's already tackled JB, and she's on the ground.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's happening?
JB.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but it seemed as if Bruce issued the challenge, and then smash cut to Sarah the old ticket lady diving over the guardrail and just tackling JB. Like, I don't know what happened before the hit, but it looked like she dove through the air.
Immediately, Don West is over there with the mic, egging it on. Yeah, Sarah, go in there. You all want it, right? And he's trying to get her to sign the fucking release so she can go in and fight. But Don Harris comes out and is like, no, this ain't happening. And then after him trying to plead with him, like, come on, she almost hit him with a car. Like, this has got to happen. Nope, doesn't happen. Don West just brings it to the back. And the segment just kind of ends.
Don Harris, yeah. I love it because Don West is like, oh, this is great. Get her, Sarah. Hey, folks, don't you want to see Sarah fight Bruce? Nothing from the crowd. Nothing from the crowd.
He tried so hard.
And then comedy acting I kind of liked, which was Sarah the old ticket lady who was like, I'm gonna get him. I'll get you. And Don Harris is like, yeah, you will. It's okay. All right. And I'm like, pat her on the shoulder. She's like, no, I'm gonna get. Oh. Like,
That was it. And then it just ended.
That was it. Yeah. Segment like 4 minutes 44 seconds. My only thoughts about this thing was post segment, which they also deleted, which is that apparently NWA's 54th anniversary show was coming up.
Oh.
What it is now?
It's got to be 100, right? It's been 50 years since 2002, right?
That adds up.
All right. Segment 12 or 11. Kid Cash versus Flying Elvis Jorge. Although his nameplate just says Jorge. No Estrada. This is when I noticed it, so I guess we'll talk about it now if you guys didn't have anything for it there. But, yo, the fans are having a real good time with their signs.
Oh, yeah?
The fans have a bunch of signs where I'm like, I don't know if you can, I don't know, like that one, I don't know if you could, that one, I don't know. And then some of them like, I don't know why you have that one.
That's JB at work.
But like, no, because some of the sign, like the one we already talked about, which is reading this sign will make you gay.
Whoops.
Which they had to blur out later on. It's like, this one, which at the time I understand, but now you have to blur it, which is Bruce is my mom. Because we just had that thing with the Nyla Rose is my dad's sign in the AW, and they were like, you're banned, bro, get out. You knew what you were doing. This, I'm an alcoholic.
Oh, I like that one. Though. Come on, that one's good.
What about this one? It's just someone's phone number. Straight up somebody's phone number.
It's not allowed?
Call them.
Is that on the ticket anywhere? You're not allowed to do that?
I don't know. Maybe not. Wash your freaking hair was one of them. I like that one.
To Xbox?
Yeah, maybe. That's probably who it was for. This one, James Storm, Rump Ranger.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, man.
Cowboys and Rump Rangers.
Classic. This is a classic one. White trash with arrows pointed in multiple directions, including down at himself.
Everywhere.
Including him.
Yeah, everyone. Everyone's white
It's
trash.
all of us.
And then there was also, I thought was weird, which is free advertising for Nike. Just a Nike logo on a sign. And then we get this one later on, but it's the best one, and I'm going to mention it now. It's a sign that says, Jerry Lynn says, Jerry Lynn is a sex god.
Yeah, and it's Jerry Lynn holding that sign in the crowd.
No, but Jerry Lynn does point to it when he comes out later.
Hey.
Yeah, I am a sex
I
god.
do say that.
I say it. All right, so Kid Cash versus Jorge. The match starts, and it's back and forth for the first 2 minutes with a tilt-a-whirl head scissors by both men. They both did the same move. They take it to the outside with a clothesline and a dive as Mortimer Plumtree arrives by the entrance ramp.
Ah, yes. More tables, palm freeze. What's his name?
That was it.
More?
Estrada almost dies on his dive.
Oh, my goodness. I witnessed a man almost die. That was...
Yeah.
He didn't catch him at all.
Wait, that's after this, though, because next we got a double shooting star senton by Kid Cash from the corner to the outside.
That's a good dive.
And then that's afterwards the running shooting star press. Is that what you're talking about, or?
No, Estrada's was just his. I think it was his first over the top dive to the outside, and then Kid Cash hits his the top rope senton.
Double
the for the clothesline and the dive. Yes, right. No, that's yes. Okay, sorry, yeah. But then then a running shooting star by Jorge, followed by something from the top rope, but Cash pushes the ref into the ropes, crouching Jorge. So Cash hits his run up Frankensteiner.
Oh,
so good. It's so beautiful. And then after that, Kid Cash goes for a diving Hurricane Rana off the top, but Jorge turns it into a powerbomb.
Ooh, cringe moment. Danya screams body slam.
Yes.
And that's followed by a springboard twisting senton, which is the TCB. That's the 3. And then post-match, Jorge grabs the mic and says, now's the time to give back the Elvis suit. So Siaki enters to no music and says, watch this video. I know, so yeah. It shows Sonny Siaki dragging Goldilocks to the parking lot to film him burning the Elvis suit. Jorge is distraught.
So Jorge went up to him and was like, I want the suit back. So he left with the suit, set it on fire, recorded it, came back, and was like, yeah, I got your suit. Watch this video. Like, why not just do it in front of him? I don't understand that.
Yeah, I don't understand at all.
Oh, they won't let us light a fire in the arena. Ooh.
What about just outside?
Oh no, they won't. We have to go to the baseball park down the. Oh man.
Just do it when no one's looking. But also bring the camera crew and security so nobody walks out.
And Goldilocks.
Goldie. Yo, I feel bad for her character, but I love when she screams like out of fear or like discomfort, because they do it now. And he like physically drags her to the garbage can and throws the suit in the can. And when she throws it in, she goes, "Oh my god!"
What?
Yo,
Did it explode?
She was horrified. Yo. I don't think I ever said it, but match length 6 minutes and 5 seconds. Post-match segment, 1 minute and 52 seconds. And then full segment length was 9 minutes and 24 seconds. Any more thoughts?
It's a spot festy match. But,
yeah, it was
there was like nothing in between. It was just the spots they called in the back. But it was entertaining. But it was nothing special. I'll forget it tomorrow.
Yeah, no, that's accurate. All right, segment 13, or 12. Jerry Lynn versus Ron the Truth Killings in a lumberjack match for the X Division title.
Where's the Truth's belt?
Yeah, that's a good question.
He's the NWA heavyweight champion. He came out with no belt.
He doesn't need it. It's not. We're not talking about that right now.
I don't know.
We're talking about the X Division.
Don't overshadow the X Division.
Yeah.
All right, so we got a recap video of last week's world title match. Sonny Siaki says the X Division should stick together. What a fucking tongue twister that is, goddamn. Sonny Siaki says the X Division should stick together. Jerry Lynn gets the shit kicked out of him, and ex-wrestlers come to this ringside for support, but Siaki screws Lynn over. The Truth wins, and it leads to this match. We see that sign again. Jerry Lynn says Jerry Lynn is a sex god.
Yeah.
And then the Lumberjacks enter, and they are Amazing Red, Kid Cash, Low Key, Jorge Estrada, and that's it. That's it. One lumberjack for each side.
They all came out to his music too, Jerry Lynn's music. So I was very confused. I was like, wait, is this the X Division music now? And Jerry Lynn has new music? And he just came out with them too. So I was like, oh, okay. It's even looking more stacked against the Truth. They're all a team.
I thought Jerry Lynn's music was born and raised in the USA. What happened?
That was playing, and then all the lumberjacks came out to that music, and then Jerry Lynn came out.
So they stole it. Jerk.
4 lumberjacks.
Yeah, I know.
Like, why even bother?
One for each side, yeah.
Yo.
That's the whole X Division. And Low Key's out the bottom of 4.
Yeah.
What a climb.
Yikes. All right, so the match starts, and Lynn attacks Truth as he enters the ring. The Truth keeps trying to get a breather, but he gets tossed back inside by the Lumberjacks. Lynn hits a second rope bulldog, but after a 2 count, Killings turns the match around with a top rope lariat.
I hate that little thing people do. They take his hand, put it around his hip so they can do the bulldog properly off the top rope.
Yeah.
I'm like, it doesn't really make any sense why you're doing that.
I think it's arm control, so he can't take it and push you by the back of the waist, like get the off me. I got your arms in front of me.
Right,
you can't
Tanae.
push me with that.
You're tapping into their innate child, and you go, okay, hang on tight, and then they do it
With me, honey.
every time. Yeah,
wait.
yeah. It's until they're halfway there, they're like, oh no!
My herniated disc.
But you gotta say it like that. Hang on tight.
That's why wrestlers are only talking in the match.
That's what they're
They're
saying.
trying to trick each other.
You think they're calling spots? They're just saying weird shit that you would say to children.
Like you cock back your fist real wide and you go, "Here comes the airplane," and they go, "Yay!" Oh, my tooth!
Open wide.
Okay, so the truth hits a slightly modified old lady surprise. Yeah. Lynn gets tossed out and Kid Cash beats him down, which causes the other ex-wrestlers to back Cash off and help Lynn back in the ring. AJ comes out to the entrance ramp with a ladder and sits on it to watch. The Truth, this was confusing to me, the Truth hits Kid Cash's move, the bankruptcy, which is the elevated cradle neckbreaker, aka a modified Kinniku Buster.
Whoa.
But commentary doesn't acknowledge it at all. Like, they don't even call the move, let alone acknowledge that it's his move. Truth uses the ropes for leverage on a submission, and the ref threatens to kick him out of the match.
I think so.
Like, he was like, "You better watch, I'll kick you out of here." And I was like, there's a match going on, ref. What are you talking about?
That's how that works.
Lynn hits a reverse DDT for a quick double down that leads to Lynn hitting a powerbomb, but it's only a 2. The Truth very badly distracts the ref and hits a low blow, but the Lumberjacks jump on the apron to complain to the ref, while Low Key guillotines the Truth, followed by a TKO from Lynn. That's the 3, still your X Division champion, Jerry Lynn. After the match, Jerry Lynn celebrates on the ramp as the Truth throws a tantrum in the ring. Recap length, 1 minute and 48 seconds. Match length, 9 minutes and 5 seconds. Full segment length, 13 minutes and 58 seconds. Thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, this match kind of proves Truth's point.
Right?
The X Division teamed up against him, and Lynn was up dirty over him.
Was it really Loki who did it? The guillotine?
Yeah.
That's what I wrote down here.
Why wouldn't it be Amazing Red?
Why should it be Amazing Red?
Because he got
Oh, 'cause
attacked in the
attacked
beginning of the show.
that's
What does
true.
that set up? Absolutely nothing now.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Why are you connecting dots? This ain't no dot connecting.
Yeah, that's
Nerd.
why I was confused. Yeah, my only thoughts are that, I mean, I know both these guys are great wrestlers, and I respect the hell out of them, but yeah, I didn't care about this match at all. At no time was my suspense or disbelief was suspended enough for me to think that the Truth was actually going to win the X title.
And they also had like they had the big knockdown, drag out. Jerry Lynn's a bloody match last time, and then
I saw her.
to do this and then have Jerry Lynn up dirty. It's like, what?
Yeah, exactly.
You build all that sympathy for him, and now like, oh well, he's a scumbag anyway. So
Yeah, that was because, like, they didn't say anything about it, but Truth won because Siaki helped him last week.
Yeah.
And then I guess they're even now
Like,
because
oh, yeah.
he helped with the high. And then Lynn high-fived Low-Key after the match, so Lynn fully knew what was going on. It's not like he's like, oh, I didn't know. It was.
That's a conspiracy right there.
He saw
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I saw Jerry Lynn versus Ron Killings, and I was expecting a lot more in this match.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah,
was just kind of a letdown.
it was there.
Yeah. I think these wrestlers might just be tired. Week after week, they might just be tired.
This looked like the second half of like
Yeah.
a 2-day taping,
Right.
especially
yeah.
with the crowd.
That's a possibility, absolutely. All right, segment 14 or 13, Don West super pitch. He lets us know that AJ Styles versus Jerry Lynn for the X Division title in a ladder match is happening next week. And then things get vague because the Truth hates the X Division. So what's he gonna do next week? Sonny Siaki just burned the Elvis suit. What direction is he headed in? Also, Jeff Jarrett, Six Pac, Scott Hall, and more. Tune in. Minute and 30 seconds. My only thoughts are at the very, very end, like when the next segment starts, the mics are still hot, and you can hear Mike Tenay go, "Good job."
I just can't believe like they're they don't have any card for the next show to advertise except for a match that we've already seen like a dozen times in TNA.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not looking good. It's not looking great right now. All right, it is time for the main event, which means that it is time for the best hour.
Our favorite hour?
Our favorite hour. The Troy McClure hour. Oh, hello there. I'm Troy McClure. You may remember me from such confusing combinations as Monkey See, but Tennessee don't do. Oil and water, now they're both on fire. Or Precinct 210. The 10-year-old vet partners with a 10-year-old boy. Today, we're here to talk about things that looked better on paper. And then I couldn't help but write my favorite quote from Precinct 210, where old Griff is like, "Stick close to me, Billy. The hack and slash rapist is nearby and I'm scared." And then Billy's like, "You're scared? It's past my bedtime. My mom's going to kick my butt." And then Griff's like, "Suddenly this don't seem too bad." It was awful. It was an awful show. It was horrifying. So much death.
So much nostalgia, though.
Yeah. All right, so Jeff Jarrett's in the main event, which means you know what it is. It's time for the rookie year of Jeff Jarrett.
There's more?
There's more. He's still going on. We're only in July at this point, believe it or not. So, to back it up, it's been a while, so I want to remind you, in April of 1986, famous loser Tony Falk challenged referee Jeff Jarrett to a match, and Jeff Jarrett turned that into a wrestling career. In May of 86, Jarrett moved to the tag division, having semi-consistent partners like Joe LeDuc, Paul Diamond, and Billy Travis, and one time being involved in a nightmare match, whatever that is. Jarrett was also seen on TV as a part of the good guy break 'em up team. Come on, get out of here, man. It's not right. Break it up. Break it up. In June of 1986, Jarrett changed partners to Tojo Yamamoto and Pat Tanaka, Japanese wrestlers who are actually Hawaiian. And now, in July of 86, Jarrett and Yamamoto got a CWA International Tag Team title match and won. But after the match, Yamamoto walked away from Jarrett and disappeared.
Wait, what do you mean disappeared?
He just
vanished?
walked away and didn't talk to him anymore. He came back like a week or two later.
Oh, I thought he was a magician.
Yeah, he just walked away and just didn't answer anybody's calls, didn't answer any of the end of or the CWA's calls, any of that. But it turned out the Yamamoto was in fact. Oh wait, I jumped ahead actually. So Jarrett switched partners to Pat Tanaka and then feuded for the titles against their opponents of Goto and Sato. But it turned out that Yamamoto was in fact Goto's cousin.
Ba, ba, ba.
And that led to a 6-man where Jerry Jarrett was Tanaka and Jeff's partner. And unrecognizable.
Yeah.
Really?
Jerry Jarrett back in 1986? Woo! Yo, the guy on TV and the guy... No, not the same guy.
Not different human being.
Replaced after a car crash.
Oh. One of those situations.
Happened a lot back then. That's why...
He was the craze back then.
Yeah. All right, next, BG James. Brian Gerard James debuted for the NWA Southeast Championship Wrestling on December 1st of 1986, defeating Kevin Sullivan.
I thought the G stand for Get It, Got It Good.
Stands for a lot of things, as we'll soon learn. In 1987, James put his wrestling career on hold to join the Marine Corps and was a platoon sergeant in Operation Desert Storm. He debuted in 92 for Smoky Mountain Wrestling under a mask and the name The Dark Secret.
What?
After another tour of duty in 93, he re-debuted for Smoky Mountain Wrestling as Brian Armstrong. In 1994, Brian began appearing, jobbing, on WCW television, losing specifically or famously to TV champion Lord Steven Regal, and he would also occasionally team with his brother, Brad. He would join the WWF in 1994, almost immediately becoming the Roadie, hence why this match is happening.
Ooh, led right up to it.
All right, so segment 15 or 14, Jeff Jarrett versus BG James. No stipulations.
Finally.
is what
It
they
was
announce.
bound to happen sooner or later.
Well, that's what they announce anyway. So we get a promo where BG James enters second, trying to do his mic gimmick, but JB will not stop announcing.
Oh, yeah, they were fighting.
So BG has to awkwardly restart it. BG James says, "Oh, you didn't know? Will allow me to share the info. Welcome to the Baby Boys playpen," because apparently the G stands for Goo Goo Gaga. "I'm your next obstacle, but this obstacle won't be negotiated. Get it, got it, good." Oh, also those G's too. B G G G G G G G G G G G G G James.
Wow.
Yeah. All right, so the match starts with Jarrett taking control and jaw-jacking with the crowd, hitting an Owen Hart-style enziguri. BG James hits his shake, rattle, and roll to bring it to the outside, and the ref allows a chair to be used. And when this happened, I was like, all right, let me rewind. Go ahead. Nope. No DQ. Nothing.
Why not?
I'm convinced every single Road Dogg match is exactly the same.
I
After
do not
watching this match.
have anything to dispute that, so you're probably right.
I don't ever remember him being much of a worker.
He just hit his things and got out of the ring.
Yeah, he just really did his like 2 or 3 things and that was it.
Right.
And honestly, like I never even really thought his whole mic gimmick was like.
I did when I was 10, but...
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like once you're past like, oh, they're cool because they're all DX, and you're like, but what does that mean?
I mean, to be fair, at the time, it was like there were like 4 talkers or something, like, you know what I mean? Like they didn't have a lot of guys
Yeah,
doing it. So
that's
for him
true.
to have a whole shtick, it's like, wow, he's very impressive, because most guys have no thing, and he has something.
he has words. Most men have no words.
All right, so yeah, they fight into the crowd, and Jarrett takes over and uses random chairs on his way back to ringside, which again, the ref allows.
Good.
Commentary audio just explodes on us here.
Oh, that happened to you too?
Yeah,
Oof.
they could not fix it. I'm sure it was worse for you. They probably tried to fix it for us. As the match finally gets back into the ring, Jarrett applies a sleeper hold, which somehow leads to a double down.
I love this. I love a variation of this spot, but not the way it was done.
The sleeper into the double down?
The sleeper into the heel locking in the sleeper,
Yeah.
into reverse into the face locking into the
Yeah.
But then for it to just go to the double down.
It's about the double down. Yeah, they didn't do anything with it. Inside the ring, the rules suddenly apply. Because the ref, for whatever reason, tries to stop BG James from doing a 10 punch in the corner, and he gets hit in the eye.
Like accidentally by BBG James, like back off, right? Workers comp.
So BG goes to check on the ref because he's a good guy. And Jarrett grabs a chair and wedges it into the corner, but it gets used on Jarrett instead. Oh, but it's only a 2 count, didn't matter. Elix, Skipper, and Brian Lawler both run down to distract, but it doesn't work the first time. And the second time they distract, Jarrett uses a chair, and it's still only a 2. BG hits the pump handle slam, and then Skipper and Lawler enter the ring for the DQ. Post-match, all the heels beat down BG James, but Six Pac and Scott Hall make the save, but out comes the truth, and he lays out all 3 faces with his world title.
Because heels save heels because heels.
Because of heel, yeah. Heels save heels because heels, yeah. And then Don West says a line I loved, which is, "We're seeing alliances we haven't even seen!"
What?
Yeah, I don't know
Seen
what...
all of them team up.
Not only was it false, I don't know what he meant. I don't know what he was trying to say. Promo length, 1 minute. Match length, 9 minutes, 9 seconds. Post-match segment, 2 minutes and 8 seconds. Segment length, 12 minutes and 23 seconds. My only thoughts are what feels like my thoughts for every single Jeff Jarrett segment, which is too many chairs, too many run-ins,
Yeah.
too many different opinions and feuds. It's too much going on.
Yeah, all the run-ins and all the shenanigans.
It's
It's
just-
just everything. There was no stipulation, but it had everything you could have added to it.
Yeah, you didn't need the stipulation.
Yeah,
could
you
put it all in there
ran
anyway.
into the crowd. You had the chairs, distraction, low blow. Was there a low blow? Probably.
Yeah, probably. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Jarrett hits a low blow.
Yeah, so there was everything. Yeah. And then it was just the DQ, right? It wasn't even a pin?
Yeah, it was the
Oh.
DQ.
Yeah, that's another problem too. Is the story.
Chairs were already used, and then like,
And, oh yeah, we used chairs multiple times.
and later on we'll decide.
But other people can't
But yeah,
get involved. You can use weapon. You just can't use someone else's fist.
Yeah, I thought this was some boring trash.
no, and then all the storylines are weak too.
Yeah.
Literally halfway through this match, I was like, I really used to like Jeff Jarrett. I was like, I don't
What-
see it.
What's amazing is like I watch Jarrett and I can see the great there. Like I can see like the man knows how to work.
Oh, yeah.
He knows how to work people. He
Yeah.
knows how to get on the. He has all the pieces. It's just like, you know, he's like, I'm taking the night off. We're just gonna do the basic bullshit match.
I think
where-
everyone did. I think this was like everyone was catching wind now that the company's not getting money.
Ye-
No one's getting paid. Everyone's like, all right, whatever. We'll just show up.
Honestly,
Yeah.
every Jarrett match is like they start on the inside, they brawl around on the outside, toss him in, maybe do a couple quick spots, and then like usually it's a dirty finish.
Yep.
And like there's a big brawl at the end, and yip-de-dee, we
And
did
whatever
it.
your gimmick is, he's going to yell at you like 7 or 8 times during the match condescendingly.
Yeah.
That's what he just, you get it, got it, good. And he just kept doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So bell to 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 bell. Hour 10 minutes and 20 seconds of wrestling on this hour 51 minutes and 28 second long show. So that's more. Usually it's just the minutes.
Oh, wow.
It would just be like 51 minutes of wrestling. So now we're getting more. Nice.
Yeah, I didn't feel like there was too many backstage segments or anything. And if they were,
There
they
were
weren't that
definitely a
long.
lot, but they were quick.
Yeah, they were very quick.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
None of them went into each
Into
other.
other, yeah.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is, why would you make this? Because that's affecting how my show thoughts are. I gotta say this first. According to 411mania.com's research of Jerry Jarrett's autobiography, because I haven't read the thing, so I don't know how accurate it is. This is the first show that Jerry Jarrett wrote by himself since the 4th pay-per-view show. Specifically because Vince Russo went to the writers' meeting and was like, yo, KKK character to feud with the Truth. What do you guys think?
All right, Jerry.
And Jerry was like, you know what? I think I'm going to book this one on my own.
Jerry's like, we're not having my heritage get beat down by no truth. I'll just write this myself.
Yeah. But then I went back and looked because it was the 4th pay-per-view was the last one that he wrote. Not much better.
No.
AJ Styles and Jerry Lynn versus Slash and Tempest. Brian Christopher is now Brian Lawler. That promo.
Oh.
What you said, the 2 at the same time promo, where James Mitchell is having a promo too loud for us to hear the Jeff Jarrett promo. Hermie Sadler's match.
Ugh.
Malice interrupts the X Division match and threatens the Timekeeper. The Dups versus the Elvises with Mortimer Plumtree on commentary.
Yeah.
Shamrock versus Omari. That triple promo where Jerry Lynn told Goldie to blow him.
Yep.
And then
Start
James
of it.
Mitchell's threatened Jeff Jarrett. And then Goldie finds Bill Barron's tied up with FU written on his belly. And then finally, the 6-man elimination for the the 6-man elimination for the X Division #1 contendership. X Division #1 contendership. Mortimer Plumtree. Like, the guy booked one match 10 shows ago, and he's giving us a lot of the same things already. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of funny now because of Mortal Plum Tree or whatever.
Yeah.
Him showing up.
yeah, good old Plum Boy showed up, yeah. And yeah, so I'm just like, yo, I don't think I like the way Jerry Jarrett books. I think that's
No.
my problem right there. Is I'm not gonna sit here and say that that the cards are not entertaining, because there are some entertaining things on them, but I don't know if I'm coming back each week. you
Well,
know?
I mean, the thing is, like, why am I going to keep coming back each week? Because, like, if I'm paying $10 a week or whatever it is, a lot of this is the same card over and
Yep.
over again.
Yeah.
Or, like,
Recycled.
just slight, tiny tweaks.
Right.
And I get, like, maybe you have a limited roster, you can... But there are better ways to do this instead of, like, literally just recycling the same matches.
Yeah, and then I was looking at some old videos, and I noticed something that we've never mentioned before, which is that $10 to get in, general admission, $15 for front row. So There's people paying more.
Yeah.
But then again, the people who are paying more they're fans we notice at this point. Like you
Yeah.
said before, we recognize, like, I've seen that guy in many camera shots.
Yeah.
That woman who keeps
She keeps showing up. We know her.
screwing with Brian Lawler.
All right, so guess the card if you can. So far, we have, what they said about, which was X title ladder match, Lynn versus AJ, Truth versus the X division, vaguely in some way.
Maybe low key.
Maybe, possibly Kid Cash, possibly.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Amazing Red. Anybody doesn't know.
Oh, no, I think we'll see a 6-man with the nonsense we just saw from the main event.
Yeah,
right. They say that Jarrett, Six Pac, and Hall are going to be there, so
Yeah,
that's
so
probably what that
we'll
is.
see a 6-man from that. We'll see Truth versus Low Key.
Probably, yeah. Maybe.
Siaki versus Yang is.
I was
my
going to
call.
say is Yang. Maybe Yang will finally come back, and yeah. But yeah, other than that, at this point, I got no. I really don't know what the storylines are.
We're just gonna get recycled. We're gonna have the same tag match again next week.
I'm genuinely uncertain if we're going to see a Bruce versus Sarah, the ticket lady, next week, because that could have been a setup. I genuinely don't know. I'm confused and scared about this. I don't know. Yeah, it is it's a guess. It's a hard guess, and I don't know at all. I'm sure it's gonna be another 3 weeks before we see something with Brian Lawler in April again.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, no clue. That's what we're going with. We're going with we don't know. We have no clue. You've ruined your own fan base. I don't know what I'm looking at.
Everyone keeps leaving. I don't know who's left for the. It's just going to be the same people.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. I do think that some people start showing up soon.
Okay.
Like I don't know about the next show, but I think 16, 17 we start seeing some another wrestler or two show up. All right, so that was the show. If you enjoyed, please consider giving us a like or a 5-star review or sharing us with your friends. You can subscribe to the YouTube. You can search Why Would You Make This on Facebook or Twitter. Me need a money. Lots of money now. Give me a money. So look for our Patreon. Probably by searching Why Would You Make This? I really hope that's what it is. Could be WWYMT. They're not going to do it. That's too much work. They're not. It's too many options. I should have just said click the link somewhere. That's fucked. Intro music is Falling Off Your Love by Kill Paris. And for Brother Skylar and Jay Delta, I am Jimmy Time. And please remember that without the mistakes of others, we'd be forced to endure the pain of failure ourselves. Support the arts. The preceding recording is for entertainment purposes only, and the views expressed in this podcast do not necessarily represent the views of Why Would You Make This, its owners, employees, or associates.